The views expressed are not necessarily those of KSCJ and Powell Broadcasting Company. This program is not intended to replace the advice of doctors or other clinical providers. Consult with your practitioner to ensure the proper course of action for you.
Welcome to When Things Aren't Going Well on AM 1360, FM 94.9 KSCJ. This program is dedicated to your mental health wellness and brought to you by Family Services, a United Way partner agency. Here's your host, Art Silva.
Good morning, Siouxland, and welcome to When Things Aren't Going Well. This show is all about your mental wellness environment and how you can help yourself navigate the daily highway of life. It's the little things, or sometimes larger issues, that can take us off-road. Our goal is to inform and provide information that will help direct individuals to community resources that can help cope with life's mental health challenges. I'm Art Silva, and our show is brought to you by Boys and Girls Home and Family Services, a United Way partner agency. Boys and Girls Home has been serving the Siouxland community since 1894. Let me introduce my co-host today, our Chief Operating Officer, Brenda Geisinger. Brenda, how you living?
I'm living the dream as always.
I love it. You're right there, I'll tell you. That's all good. And also with us today, we have one of our other colleagues, our money person, we say, the person that can put the squeeze on you, Chief Barracuda. No, this is Terry Dooley, Director of Development. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning. It's summer. Favorite time of year.
It is. That's right. I'll tell you. So, we're looking at 2024 being committed to joy and kindness. How do we get this back into our life? And one thing that we think is going to bring a lot of joy to this community is a project that we have been working on for a long time, and that's the renovation of the old Indian Hills Shopping Plaza into the new home of the Ginny Peterson Behavioral Health Campus. This will be the new home for the Boys and Girls Home children. They'll be moving out of the old St. Joe's facility and coming over to a more modern neighborhood that is going to be more welcoming and many more activities and resources in this building that the children will be able to use as they get on their road to recovery. So we're going to talk about that today from all different aspects. But first of all, we are a psychiatric medical institute for children. That's a PMIC, P-M-I-C. And we don't tell you what a PMIC is. You might not understand what we're doing. So with that, Brenda, would you help describe what our business is in a PMIC?
So I think the acronym PMIC gets kind of confusing for people. What is that level of care? What is it? So our focus is really on recovery, like you mentioned, for kids that are struggling with mental health issues. As we've seen in the news, mental health is a priority for people, and recovery and working through that is critical for enjoying life and functioning in life. So we serve children ages 5 through 18, boys and girls, and they often have depression, anxiety, attention deficit, self-harm, suicide attempts. Our kids are not criminal. They are not doing, delinquent acts. They're just really, really struggling with their mental health. And I would say most, if not all, have experienced trauma of some kind, whether it's sexual abuse, physical abuse, abandonment, and are just trying to navigate life, and they're struggling and they need a little help.
And when we look at our children in there, they're with us 24/7.
Correct.
On the average, 7 months a year?
That's about what we're running right now, is about 7 months. And they see a psychiatrist once a week. They have individual therapy. They have family therapy. They have group therapy. They go to school with us. So we really focus on all aspects of their life and trying to make them improve and manage their mental health and move them forward.
Well, Brenda, I'm really proud of the job. It'll be 13 years I've been with the Boys and Girls Home. And every year it gets better under the most difficult circumstances. Our children always seem to be right up there on top of a care. And getting through COVID was a real tough, difficult time for us. I don't think our children went home from March to through the holidays. So we kept everybody safe. But we've gotten through it. I think you and your staff do a great job of dancing in the rain. You just can't plan this job. And it's a very, very, very important service. And let me just pat you on the back and toot your horn. You get recognition for a great job that you do throughout the state. your policies, your procedures, your audits, everything comes out very well. It's a first-class operation that we have for our kids, and the community is very lucky to have it. So I want to take this opportunity, because I don't have this too often, to thank you for that.
Thank you. We have an amazing team and very committed employees, and they all work together for the agency and helping those kids.
Makes you want to get them a new home, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Well, to that end, the person that helps us in that area, and I think she's just about the best in the state. She's been doing it for a long time. The both of you have been doing this for a long time. You want to go with that, Brent? How long have you been doing this job, Brenda? You started when you were 9, so how long have you been doing this?
She had to have been 9.
Yeah.
I have been doing this. It'll be 36 years this year.
God bless you. That's wonderful. That's a commitment. And Terry Dooley, our development director, vice president of development. Terry, how long have you been doing your job?
Well, and I got to say, Brenda's younger than me, and yet I've been here 30 years, and she's got 6 years on me here. So you did start at 7, didn't you?
That's a lot of experience out there. And, of course, Terry, you do the fundraising for us, and we're going to talk about that today and get into a little bit of what we're doing. I'm Art Silva, and you're listening to When Things Aren't Going Well, and with me today is Brenda Geisinger, Chief Operating Officer of Boys and Girls Home, and Terry Dooley, Executive Vice President of Development of Boys and Girls Home. And we're talking about the new Ginny Peterson Behavior Health Campus at the old Indian Hills Shopping Plaza. So I think it would be right, Terry, if you would lead us in a discussion of Ginny Peterson. Why are we doing this? We named it after Ginny. Why are we doing this?
You know, I think a lot of people probably recognize the name Ginny Peterson. She and her husband were in our community for lots and lots of years. And Ginny dedicated her life to doing volunteer work. And her number one spot in her heart was Boys and Girls Home and Family Services. She joined our board before I came to the agency, and she stayed with us for until her death, actually. And she had a love for children unlike any that I have seen before. She was coming to board meetings all the time. She was helping us to raise money. She invited the kids over to her house, and she would do Halloween parties with them. If she came to our agency and walked into one of our classrooms, the kids would run up to her as if she was a grandma. They knew her very, very well. And we are thrilled to be able to have her name associated with this campus because she lives with us forever, even though she's no longer with us.
She certainly is. She has been so inspirational for us and the board members. Ginny, I think, have over 40 years of serving on this board, and that you just don't see too often. And I don't know if you're going to see that again, the way things are changing. But her love for the kids was absolutely unbelievable and unconditional. So with that, we're going to we've named this place, this whole project after Ginny. But let's talk about the project history. We've been doing this for a while as we try to keep the operations going at Boys and Girls Home with all the stresses that has happened over the years within that business. We're trying to expand out with this new facility that's going to help serve this community so much better. Coming out of the old building. So the history back here is I have to go back to Brenda. She kind of, as Chief Operating Officer, she did this a long time ago, started looking for a new place very quietly. And you want to talk about your search process, Brenda?
So in looking at our current facility, it has a very institutional feel. And it's served us well, this building, but it's had its day. It's needing some work, and they are not the most energy efficient things that we are finding. New windows, boilers, all sorts of stuff. And again, the really crux of it was it has somewhat of a hospital institutional feel. And so finding a building and a neighborhood that was more home friendly and neighborhood environment with lots of trees and green and just a more peaceful environment was really kind of the focus. So we started a search looking around town, and that took about a year and a half. And this was available for us, and we walked through it, and it just felt right. With the green space and the potential of adding to that green space, and we could have gardens for our kids, and the property also allowed us to have a small gym inside the building and activities rooms and an art room. It's just exciting where everything is there and the space allows us to provide those activities that kids just enjoy.
Our children, we could set a goal that we want our children to get by. That's not good enough. We want our children to thrive, and we want to put them in an environment where they will thrive. We did part of this project when we moved the outpatient arm of our operation, that's Family Services. We took over possession of the 2-story building back in 2022, 21, right about there. Mm-hmm. And that was the culmination of a $4 million capital campaign. And we did that during COVID, so we got that moved over. The next part is our residential piece and school. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in the second half of our show. So with that, good time to take a break. Go back and have another cup of coffee, continue your morning chill. We'll continue with our story on the new Ginny Peterson Behavioral Health Campus right here on 1360 AM, 90.9 FM, KSCJ.
Welcome back to When Things Aren't Going Well on KSCJ. Here's Art Silva.
Welcome back to When Things Aren't Going Well. I'm Art Silva along with Brenda Geisinger and Terry Dooley, and we're talking about the new Ginny Peterson Behavioral Health Campus located at the old Indian Hills Shopping Plaza. So let's get into this now. We're going to talk about this building, the residential treatment area and the school. Brenda, we've conducted some tours already. We're getting close. We hopefully will have our children in there by the September timeframe of this year. You got to give us a little bit of range. August, September, October, but somewhere in there we'll be moving our children in. And that's going to be into the residential area. You want to describe some of the features that we have in this, and that's going to be really good for our children?
So when you're looking at providing a safe environment and also a therapeutic and fun, stimulating environment, we have to look at all aspects. So each unit has about 15 rooms for their bedrooms. They have individual rooms, which is wonderful for kids to have a moment where they can go to their own space, feel safe, have their own bed. Surprisingly enough, some of our kids don't have beds at their own home. So to say, this is my space, my bed, my dresser, is very empowering for our kids. In addition to each of those units, there's an activity room where they can do some physical exercise and play, have fun. And then we also have a quiet reading area, and they can just have some quiet time or space. And then there's also a larger area where they can congregate and play games together or watch TV. So keeping in mind all their mental health issues and our purpose of recovery, the building is really designed with safety in mind. We look at anti-ligature kind of fixtures with the door hinges and the shower apparatuses. Everything was kept in mind, having skylights in the building so natural sun flows in the rooms more. It's critical for their recovery, but also teaching them how to enjoy life and having a home environment so they feel safe.
We're stepping up, and part of this teaching that we do with our children is also looking at environmental. One of our features is going to be our geothermal system. We have drilled 84 wells, 300 feet deep, to support this geothermal system. So that's part of moving this whole thing forward. That is our campaign name, moving forward into the next decade of having the facility to provide the services to help our kids help themselves. We also are going to have an agri-hood. I'm excited about that. It'll be an area, a plot of land that we'll put aside that our kids will use to grow vegetables and grow things. And we're also going to offer this to first come, first serve to our neighborhood residents. We will screen it off, we will water it, and they can come in and harvest their plants. So we're looking forward to that to help also build our neighborhood relations, because what we're doing with this project, we are changing 2 neighborhoods. Not only the neighborhood that we're moving into, but the neighborhood that we're moving out of. We are going to be working with the city of Sioux City on what we can do with taking down the old hospital building and transforming that area into housing. So it's going to be an exciting time. I can't think of another time we've had a project that's done 2 neighborhoods in improvement. We're very much excited about it. So how are we going to get this done? We're going to just show up one morning and say, okay, we got the funds to do this. No, it doesn't happen that way, does it, Terry?
No, it doesn't.
So tell us about our capital campaign.
But you know what? It has been, I've lived in this community my entire life, and I am so proud of where I live because people here want to be able to help change lives. And they're doing it over and over again if we look around the community. So we're in the process right now of raising $6 million to be able to complete this project. And I can't tell you the excitement that is happening in this community. People are driving past. If you haven't been past 1551 Indian Hills Drive to look at all the activity that's going on, you need to do that because it's happening right now. And I am amazed at the number of people that want to be involved in helping this to happen. So we're after it, Art.
Well, our early feedback has been fantastic. We're doing tours right now because we're getting close to that completion stage. And Brenda has taken your staff through. You want to describe your staff's feeling on this new facility?
It's pretty exciting. I can compare it to when somebody gets their first car. They're like, yay! So the staff are very energized. They love the space. They constantly are commenting of how therapeutic this is going to be. They're thinking of ideas, what they can do with the kids in the activity rooms, just the flow that, it feels like a home. They can communicate well across different, between the school and their residential program. It's all just flows, and they feel like this is home. This feels good.
Terry, you brought some board members through and donors through, so do you want to talk about their impression?
Oh my gosh, the donors and the board members have been so excited because they can see how planful we have been. And I think the donors and people in the community also recognize that our employees deserve a better place to be working in addition to having our kids have a space that really fits them in the right way. So there's a lot of excitement. We're making a lot of phone calls right now, engaging people and having people jump in and say they want to come and help us to complete this project. So it's a giving community, and we can't say enough about how great it is to be here.
Well, speaking of a giving community, we received a huge gift. We're about to announce this very shortly, but this backing only supports how other people feel about what we're doing to take mental health for our children to the next level in our community. So we'll be making that announcement very shortly, and it's really, really big. But how can somebody want to help us today? How can they help us?
Well, they can give us a call at the agency if they'd like to, or they can go to our website. The main number at the agency, 293-4700, and ask for the development department. Or you can go online and you can go to boysandgirlshomeiowa.org. There's a place that you can give there right away if you'd like to. So we've got lots of opportunities. And I have to say, I've had a lot of people say to me, how do I help? And I want to help a child. So if you want to walk into our stuff store and talk to somebody about how you might be able to help, that would be an avenue for you as well.
Well, Brenda, what are you going to do? This building is going to give you 30% more rooms. So that's going to be 12 more rooms for clients. But is there an economic impact to this project also?
I think it creates more jobs. In fact, I know it does.
It does. Absolutely.
So it's more jobs, and the long-term impact is for every child we help, that means they're probably going to get a job and a career. And we have a lot of people that have gone through a program and now are adults, and they come back, whether they're professional nurses or in the business, and they're like, you changed my life. So there's the short-term impact of providing more jobs in the area, and then the long-term impact is for every kid we help, they have a future ahead of them.
Well, I want to talk to those jobs because we're looking at adding probably 24 positions at a minimum. Folks, if you're out there and you'd like to come over and join us, please get a hold of our HR manager, 293-4700, and tell her you're interested in looking at a therapist job or a mental health technician job. This is going to be a fantastic operation. When are we looking at opening up? Hopefully we'll get our kids moved over there if the timetables stay on track in the September timeframe. getting back here. So it could go a little longer. It could be a little sooner. But we're going to be coming over. It is a great place to work right now, and it's only going to get better. Terry, if I wanted to do something, if I wanted to give some money, I want to write you a check. One more time, how can I do that?
You can call 293-4700 and ask for the development department, and it will come right to me or to my right hand, Marnie, and we'll help you. You can also go to boysandgirlshome.org, and you can give directly in our website. And if you'd really like to do something special, we would be happy to help you set up a time that we could come to your church, come to your workplace. We'll talk on behalf of the kids. I have to tell you, every tour that I have done with people coming into the building, they come in and they say, oh my gosh, I feel so good coming in here knowing that I'm helping children change their lives. And it feels good. I have goosebumps again, guys. Every time I talk about it, I get goosebumps. Come be part of our goosebump.
You know, that's a great way to put it, Terry, because we are excited about this, and we see where this is going, and we see the outcome now. We just want to share this with everybody. If you'd like to come on a tour, if you want to see it, call Terry, 293-4700. Ask for the development department. We want to show this off. We've got something good for Siouxland. If you're in the mental health business, you know that the children's services at Cherokee have been discontinued. If we needed to provide services for our children, our closest place would be Council Bluffs. So we provide a very unique type of business, certainly warranted of your support. If there's any questions that we can answer for you, your group, we just want to share the word. And in doing this, you are advocating for mental health. So please jump on board. We got great community support. And we're just looking forward to the day when we can open the doors and start showing off this brand new facility. Our annual tailgating for our kids event this year, it'll be October 18th. It's going to be different, and it's going to be a home run knockout. You don't want to miss event. More to come. So with that, I want to thank Brenda. Thank you very much. Terry, my colleagues here, I love working with them. Boy, and they inspire me. And hopefully we've inspired you to do something to help with our project. Again, 293-4700. Call the development department. We're contacting all of our former donors. We'll be putting on Zoom meetings. We just want to get the word out, and you make the decision how great you think this project is. So with that, Terry and Brenda, thank you very much for your help today. I want to give a shout out to Klinger Construction. They have been fantastic partners in more ways than you know. And they are behind this project. It's been a complex one, but I just want to give a tip of the hat to John Gleason, Steve Kozer, Matt Thompson, and the team there over at Klinger. They've been partners with us to help us get through this, and we're all going to be there at the promised land. It's coming, and we see it coming, and the light at the end of the tunnel is not a train. So to be continued, please give us a call, 293-4700. Ask for the development department. We could use your help. So with that, we want you to go off and do your homework this week. Write us a check. No, go off and have a good laugh. Be kind to your mind. Peace, and we'll see you next Saturday morning right here on 1360 AM, 90.9 FM, KSCJ.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Happy trails to you till we meet again.
For more information on the services provided by Boys and Girls Home and Family Services, see them online at boysandgirlshomeiowa.org. Or you can call 712-293-4700 to get more information about family services, residential treatment, the Opportunity School, the Siouxland Family Center, and more. At Boys and Girls Home and Family Services, we change lives.